Five nations racing for $30 trillion. Not in banks, not in markets, in ice. Arctic ice melting faster than predicted, revealing shipping routes closed for millennia, exposing resources buried under frozen ocean, and governments positioning military bases right now for control nobody's watching. August 2024. Russian nuclear icebreaker plants flag on North Pole seabed. Symbolic claim. Military message. Arctic belongs to whoever controls it physically. Canada responds deploying naval vessels. Denmark increases Greenland patrols. Norway expands Arctic bases. United States reactivates Cold War stations. China calls itself near Arctic state despite being 1,000 miles away. This isn't future conflict. This is present scramble invisible to most people. Media covers climate change abstractly. Melting ice, rising seas, sad polar bears. They miss the story. Melting ice opens routes. Routes create wealth. Wealth attracts militaries. Militaries mean conflict. Welcome to Financial Shadows, exposing Arctic gold rush starting now. 2 new shipping routes cutting voyage times 40%. $30 trillion oil, gas, minerals, fish becoming accessible. 5 nations claiming overlapping territories. And 2035 timeline when routes open permanently changing global trade. Arctic seemed irrelevant, too cold, too remote, too frozen. Exactly why it's perfect for invisible empire building. By the time mainstream notices, positions are locked, control established. Too late for anyone else. Think about products you buy from Asia. Currently sail through Suez or Malacca. By 2035, might come through Arctic. 40% faster. Different controllers. Different choke points. $30 trillion resources trapped under Arctic ice. Not speculation, geological surveys. U.S. Geological Survey estimates 22% undiscovered oil and gas reserves located in Arctic. 90 billion barrels oil. 1,600 trillion cubic feet natural gas. 44 billion barrels natural gas liquids. Beyond hydrocarbons, rare earth minerals, nickel, copper, zinc, diamonds, gold. Greenland holds massive rare earth deposits, essential for batteries, electronics, weapon systems. China currently dominates rare earth production. Arctic could break that monopoly. Fish stocks migrating north as oceans warm. Arctic waters becoming productive fishing grounds. Already disputes over fishing rights, more coming as stocks shift permanently. But resources aren't the main prize. Shipping routes are. 2 routes opening. Northwest Passage through Canadian Arctic. Northern Sea Route along Russian coast. Both cut voyage distance Europe to Asia 40% compared to Suez Canal. Current route Rotterdam to Shanghai through Suez, 12,400 miles. Through Arctic Northern Sea Route, 7,000 miles, 5,000 miles shorter, 2 weeks faster, millions saved per voyage in fuel costs. Maersk tested Northern Sea Route 2018. Successful. Transit time reduced significantly. But ice still blocks route part of year. By 2035, year-round navigation predicted. That's when everything changes. Permanent alternative to Suez and Malacca. New choke points, new controllers. Climate change becomes economic opportunity. Governments don't say this publicly, but actions reveal priorities. Military buildups, territorial claims, resource surveys. Nobody's spending billions on melting ice for environmental reasons alone. Calculate how much your imported products cost. Imagine 40% reduction shipping time, meaning lower costs or faster delivery. Northwest Passage winds through Canadian Arctic islands, connecting Atlantic to Pacific. Explorers searched for this route 500 years. Impossible due to ice. Now opening. Canada claims Northwest Passage as internal waters. Canadian territory. Canadian law applies. Ships need permission passing through. Other nations disagree. Call it international strait. Free passage. Legal dispute brewing. United States sent Coast Guard cutters through without asking permission. Asserting international waters status. Canada protests. Diplomatic friction. But real issue isn't legal principle. It's control and money. If Northwest Passage becomes major shipping route, whoever controls it collects fees, sets rules, monitors traffic. Canada currently lacks Arctic infrastructure, few ports, limited icebreakers, minimal military presence, trying to build fast but expensive. China sees opportunity, offered funding Canadian Arctic ports, infrastructure investments. Canada cautious, knows Chinese investment comes with influence, but needs money. Tensions building. Route cuts Shanghai to New York voyage from 14,000 miles through Panama to 10,000 miles. 4,000 miles saved. Week faster delivery. Shipping companies calculating costs versus Suez alternative. But Northwest Passage faces challenges. Ice unpredictable. Narrow passages dangerous. Limited rescue infrastructure. Insurance costs high. Search and rescue difficult. Environmental regulations strict. Canada banning heavy fuel oil in Arctic waters. Requiring ice-strengthened hulls. Mandatory Canadian pilots. These rules increase costs. Shipping companies weighing savings versus requirements. Some will use it, others stick traditional routes. Check maps showing Arctic ice coverage over time. Passage opening faster than predicted just a decade ago. Northern Sea Route runs along Russian Arctic coast from Barents Sea to Bering Strait, 5,000 miles. Russia claims full control. Been developing since Soviet era. Invested heavily icebreakers and infrastructure. Russia operates world's largest icebreaker fleet, 33 nuclear-powered icebreakers. No other nation has nuclear icebreakers. This gives Russia enormous advantage opening and controlling route. Ships need icebreaker escorts. Russia provides them for fee. Putin declared Northern Sea Route national priority 2018. Goal, making it international transit corridor competing with Suez. Investment, hundreds of billions building Arctic ports, rescue stations, navigation systems, military bases. Sabetta Port opened 2017. Exports liquefied natural gas. Yamal LNG project. Year-round operations. Proves Arctic shipping viable. More ports planned. Infrastructure expanding rapidly. Transit through Northern Sea Route increased dramatically. 33 ships transited 2018, 70 ships 2019. Growing annually. Russia offering incentives, reduced fees, guaranteed icebreaker support. Trying to attract shipping companies away from Suez. But route has problems. Still requires icebreaker escorts, adding costs and delays. Weather unpredictable. Limited ports means limited supply options. Insurance expensive. Environmental risks high. Oil spill in Arctic nearly impossible to clean. Russia military buildup concerning. Reopening Soviet-era bases, deploying troops, installing missile systems, S-400 air defense. Arctic Brigade stationed permanently, not just protecting route, projecting power. Other nations nervous. Route passes Russian territory. Russia sets rules, could close route politically, use access as leverage, energy weapon, transit weapon combined. Notice how often Russia appears in energy news lately. Arctic control adds another leverage point beyond current gas supplies. Arctic holds 13% world's undiscovered oil, 30% undiscovered natural gas, concentrated in 5 basins: Alaska North Slope, Amerasia Basin, East Greenland Rift, East Barents Basin, West Siberian Basin. Russia holds largest share. 40% Arctic oil and gas reserves within Russian territory. Develops aggressively. Gazprom, Rosneft, Novatek, all operating Arctic projects. Yamal Peninsula produces 17 million tons LNG annually. Arctic LNG 2 project launching soon. Norway, second largest Arctic energy producer. Operates Snøhvit field since 2007. First offshore Arctic gas development. Profitable despite extreme conditions. Proves technology works. More fields being explored. United States has Alaska. Prudhoe Bay produced billions barrels, declining now, but new discoveries possible. Alaska National Wildlife Refuge contains estimated oil. Political battles prevent development currently. Could change if Arctic becomes strategic priority. Greenland, geologically promising, but politically complicated. Denmark controls foreign policy. Greenland wants independence. China offered infrastructure investment. Denmark blocked it. Greenland frustrated. Could seek independence, accessing resources independently. Denmark watching nervously. Rare earth minerals increasingly valuable. Electronics, batteries, weapons depend on them. China controls 90% current production. Arctic deposits could break monopoly. Greenland, Kvanefjeld deposit contains world's 6th largest rare earth reserve. Undeveloped. Waiting for right price and politics. Fish stocks shifting north. Cod, herring, mackerel migrating as waters warm. Arctic fisheries becoming productive. Already conflicts over quotas. More coming. Food security matters as much as energy security. Compare rare earth import costs now versus potential Arctic supply. Monopoly breaking means price competition returns. 5 nations building Arctic military presence. Not for defense against polar bears. For controlling territory when resources become accessible and routes open permanently. Russia leads militarization. Reopened 6 Soviet-era bases, built new ones. Nagurskoye Air Base, northernmost in world, operates year-round. MiG-31 fighters stationed, S-400 missile systems deployed. Arctic Brigade, 10,000 troops permanently stationed. Regular exercises testing Arctic warfare capabilities. Canada responding slowly. Promises new Arctic icebreakers. Upgraded surveillance, ranger patrols. But budget limited. Infrastructure lacking. Takes years building capabilities Russia already has. United States reactivating Cold War stations. Thule Air Base Greenland expanded. Alaska bases upgraded. More troops training Arctic conditions. Second Fleet reestablished 2018, specifically for Atlantic and Arctic operations. Navy doesn't reactivate fleets casually. Signal of priority. Norway, small nation, but serious Arctic power. Borders Russia Arctic coast. NATO's eyes in region. Upgraded Globus radar. Host allied exercises. Monitors Russian activities constantly. Strategic location gives influence beyond size. Denmark through Greenland claims Arctic territory. Limited military but political leverage. Greenland location strategic. Controls access points. United States tried buying Greenland 2019. Denmark refused. Shows perceived value increasing. China has no Arctic territory. Calls itself Near Arctic State. Polar Silk Road Initiative. Wants observer status Arctic Council. Builds icebreakers. Funds research stations.
Positioning for when routes open. Other nations wary. China's Arctic ambitions extend beyond research. Track military spending increases Arctic region. Budget reveals priorities. Words hide.
2 routes opening. 30 trillion resources becoming accessible. 5 nations positioning militarily. 2035 timeline, when Arctic becomes permanently navigable year-round. Everything converges then. Shipping companies already planning. Route alternatives to Suez and Malacca. Reduce choke point dependency. 40% shorter voyages mean cost savings. First movers gain advantage. Late adopters pay premium access fees. But new routes create new choke points. Russia controls Northern Sea Route. Canada claims Northwest Passage. Different controllers, different leverage. Same vulnerability. Single entity controlling mandatory passage. Conflict likely. Overlapping territorial claims. Resource competition. Military presence increasing. Arctic Council maintains cooperation currently, but high stakes test diplomacy. When $30 trillion at stake, cooperation becomes difficult. Climate makes this inevitable. Ice melting regardless of politics. Routes opening whether nations cooperate or not. Resources becoming accessible on geological timeline. Only question is, who controls access? That's decided by positioning happening now. Watch Arctic developments, new bases, territorial claims, shipping trials, early indicators of control being established. By 2035, positions locked. Late entries difficult. Businesses should plan Arctic routes now. Understand costs. Evaluate risks. Early adopters gain advantages. Supply chains diversifying reduce vulnerability. Individuals track where products come from. Shipping costs affect prices. Arctic routes could reduce costs or create new dependencies. Understanding matters. 5 nations racing. 30 trillion prize. 2035 deadline. Arctic gold rush happening now. Invisible until suddenly obvious. Too late repositioning then. Subscribe tracking Arctic developments in real time. Routes, resources, military. The scramble nobody's watching. Calculate how 40% shorter shipping affects delivery times for products you buy regularly.